So I would like to welcome everybody. We just opened our chat room, and right now we are broadcasting in YouTube. So if you please, if you don't like to be your text or your chat published in YouTube, feel free to leave the room. All right. We are informing you in the front that we are publishing in YouTube, in Google, our broadcast. For sure, the purpose of this that we want to get as many as we can of those people who would like to learn about Islam, and instead of recording the room and then posting it later in YouTube, that will be a lot easier work to do, because simply is going to be broadcast directly. How we can find live in YouTube? You can go to my YouTube page and you will see it. All right, the new account, and you will be able to see it right away. Anyway, please invite your friends. We just opened our chat room, as you see, and I hope soon we will get some Muslims to debate us. You know, we open every time we open our chat room, and we wait for Muslims to come. And as you know, Muslims, they say that they can debate us and they can refute us easy. However, I never saw such a thing happening before, and I would love to see it happening, which means I would love to see a Muslim really able to refute us and prove us to be wrong. Now, during this time, until we get some Muslims in the chat room, if there's any of you have a question, please feel free. You can put your hand up, or you can ask me in the text. I would be happy to answer you. Actually, I'm really like, this is the first time we broadcast in YouTube. We never did try this before, but I was looking around and I saw options about this, and this is really amazing. This is really beautiful, because simply, you know, we do not need even to pay for it, right? It's something for free, and YouTube is very popular. So I think it's a very good idea. Always we can broadcast our teaching to everybody around the world, and is going to be recorded automatically. Do we have any Muslim in the chat room? Do we have any Muslim here in the chat room? Anyway, if there is any Muslim or any of you have a question, Jesus is live. Assalamu alaikum. Are you a Muslim, sir? Are you a Muslim? You are an Arab Christian. All right, no problem. You are welcome. Because sometimes it's hard to judge people by name. You know, people, they use any name they want, and they can be anything. You know, sometimes Muslims, they use even Christian names in order to play games. You know, they come to the Christian section and they call themselves Christian names, and then, you know, they play the game of deception. This is why we cannot really trust a name in the internet. You can call yourself Christian, but the fact maybe you are one of the most who against Christianity. So names mean nothing. As the Lord, he said, from their fruits you shall know them. So the fruits is our name, not the names. You know, for us as a Christians, we don't believe that you are born as a Christian. You have to be reborn again. Just go to my YouTube page. Go to my YouTube page, and you will see my, you know, my account live broadcasting. Just go to YouTube. All right. I have a new channel which I, you know, I created, and supposedly, if you go here, maybe let us see, try here this. If you go in this link, you will be able to see the broadcast. You will see it says live now. You click on it and you will be able to watch. Very simple, very easy. Now, you know, the good thing about this, that we will be able to have people who can share with us, even if they don't have access to Paltalk. In the same time, actually, even those who they are, you know, watching us in YouTube, they can chat, they can ask questions, and I would be happy to answer them. So not only those who they are in Paltalk, even those who they are not, they can be able to share with us. You know, before I open my chat room today, I was making a video about the, you know, the Muslims, they have an article, it's speaking about the, like, defending the borrowing of Islam from the Bible. Defending the borrowing of Islam from the Bible. You know, Muslims, they try to defend supposedly that Islam did not borrow from Christianity anything. You know, first of all, why Muslims need to defend something is not exist unless there is many reasons for people to believe that Islam is borrowing. Otherwise, honestly, there is no need to defend something like this. Now, you know, the reason for Muslim to come with this, or the defense, because obviously they feel badly that there's a lot of things Muhammad he borrowed from other religions, and not only from the Christians, he borrowed from everybody. So when Muhammad he talk about anything in any religion, we need to ask ourselves, he is getting this from where? Like, for sure, the Muslims, they will say to you that Muhammad, he is a true prophet, he received his inspiration from Allah, and he was able to prove it. He gave amazing Quran. You cannot make Quran like this. You know, all those stories we hear always. Now, making Quran like this is very funny argument, because for sure we can make Quran like this. Actually, we have proofs that Muhammad himself, he copied Quran like this from Umar al-Khattab. He copied Quran from Tubba Hassan. Tubba, even the name mentioned in the Quran. So there is many proofs of this. And actually, right now I'm working in one of the books about the roots of Islam. I did not name it yet. We will see the name later. We will decide what the name. But there is many reference, endless actually. About this issue. And I would like, you know, to see a Muslim debating me about it, or actually, if a Muslim you want to debate about different issue, no problem. You know, for us, we do not need to be prepared in order to prove Islam to be wrong. The Muslims are the one who need to be prepared. You know, I never saw a Muslim he want to debate me right away. Otherwise, they will say to you, "Give me the name of the topic. Let us set up a time 2 weeks from now." And then 2 weeks from now, most likely they will not even appear. Now, why someone he want 2 weeks from now? Why he cannot do it right away? Because simply Muslims cannot, you know, they need a specific topic, because they want to know what you are going to ask. They are not ready. They cannot answer you. And the only way to do it is simply give me the name of the topic, so I go and Google and search and print papers and put them next to me, and I know all the questions you ask me, and I know all the answers now, and now I'm a scholar. Simply because those people are no scholars. You know, they have no idea what they are talking about, and they cannot really take a debate without being told what the debate is about long before. And the reason is very simple. I do not know unless I search. And the first thing they will search your, like let's say, you know, I have thousands of videos on YouTube, right? You know, those thousands of videos is going to be for everybody to see and to watch. And then the Muslim, he will go and watch my videos, and then he will start looking for the topic I was talking about in those videos, and then he collect questions, and then he try to come with answers. The Muslims, they assume that you are a person who repeat his questions always. Well, in my case, is not the case. Try me. So watching my videos will not help you really to answer my my debates. Now, any of you here have any question for me? We are done with the introduction. Anyone have a question? Well, you know, ignorance, what they are talking about, ignorance, hot. You see, the ignorance is, you say to the women that you are half a brain and you are a half witness in the court. Before Islam, women, they used to be queens. Go read the history. You know, women in area, not necessarily the Arab. The Arab, they have actually queens who they are actually Muhammad himself, he used to work for Khadija. Sure, go ahead. Who was the boss of Muhammad? Who was the boss of Muhammad? Wasn't a woman? Are you now a Muslim? No, I'm not a Muslim. I'm too smart to be a Muslim for a second. Now, if you have a question for me, feel free. I'm not a crazy person who will believe that God is going to give me 72 women just because I did believe in Him. That is not what God do. It's impossible because it is against God teaching. You know, God will not do such a thing. God is more honorable than doing such a thing. I think you agree, correct, guys? God, He will never promise us women for sex. This is what pimp they do. You know, if someone came to your door and he say, if you follow me, I'm going to give you a lot of women, what do you think? Do you think this is a promise of God? Do you think really God, the God of holiness, you know, the funny, the Muslim, they say Allah is so holy to the point even you can talk to Him, you can't see His face. And then He says to us that this holy, He promised us a lot of women for sex. How He is holy and He is promising us sex, and not sex with a wife, sex with women we never met, sex with women who they are created for sex. All right, that doesn't make sense. And then you will see the promises, which is all of it is about sex. You know, like a Muslim man in the heaven, he will never get tired from having sex. What kind of God, what kind of a prophet, what kind of religion? You promise me that you will give me endless Viagra and I do not need to eat it. I will have unlimited power of sexual opportunity. And actually the Muhammad, he said that in the heaven there's an angel, his job is just to organize the turn. So when you overdo with one woman, the angel, he will rub in your shoulder, says please change, which means she's a smoke now, you burned her. Is that really what can be true? Do you think this is what God he would do? God, he have nothing to do except this? That's that sounds like Las Vegas for me. So simply the heaven of Islam is not convincing, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't match with the holiness of God. When you say God is your God holy or is dirty? Is your God is a sex freak? Is your God is a person who have nothing in his head except sex? If not, then how all the promises of Islam is about sex? If there is a reason. So this is my challenge to the Muslims. Give me a proof, any proof of your choice, that Allah is a true God and Muhammad is a true prophet. Because none of them is convincing. Your God is not convincing and your prophet is not. How I'm going to believe in a male who is going to dominate the heaven? In the same time you say to me, Muhammad, remember Muhammad, he said the most of women, they will go to hell. The most of women, they will go to hell. But if you go and calculate numbers, you will see that the most of people of heaven is women. Why? Because the lowest reward for every Muslim man is 70 women, the lowest reward. This is for the bad Muslim. So at least there will be 70 times more women from men in the heaven. But yet Muhammad, he says the most people who will live in the heaven is men, not women. So obviously he's talking about women who live in the earth. Those, they will go to hell, most of them. But women who live in the but about women in heaven, obviously the population of men comparing to women in heaven is very tiny. And then if you see the description before we played the video about the description of heaven, do you remember he was describing that you will have a castle? Do you remember? You will have a castle with 4 doors. Now, what the point of castle? Have you ever thought about it? Why castle? What castle mean? What is the most noticeable thing about castle? Will make a house, and what will make a castle a castle? Protected from what? From foreigners, right? From strangers. They cannot see what inside, they cannot get in. This is the whole point. So Muhammad is speaking to the Bedouin jealous men who don't want anyone to see their women, because there's no war, right? There's no war. This is heaven. Who's going to attack you? You are safe. So what the need of a castle? The need of a castle simply because you will have your women inside jailed for you, and nobody can spy at what you do with inside. This is very important for Muslims. So you will have your castle, you will have your women jailed inside, and you will be the only one who can enjoy them sexually, and nobody can spy. So you will notice that Muhammad, he speaks to the mentality of the Arab. This is why you see in the Quran Muhammad is speaking about that in heaven there is no heat. Why he's speaking to like this? Who care about heat? What do you mean heat? Well, why you don't mention there is no cold? Do you know why? Because those people who live in the desert, and those who live in the desert, they are not worried about the cold, they are worried about the heat. Do we agree? If you are a person who live in Alaska, and then I promise you, you will never see the sun again, you will never have heat, you will be upset. You will say, what's wrong with you, man? We are desperately, we want to see the sun again. We cannot wait until the summer come and we have hot weather. So the promises is made for a man who live in the desert, who have nothing in his life. There's no trees, there's no grass, there's nothing. Everything is a desert. So the only things the Arab they enjoy is either language, which is poetry, or drinking and women. That's it. Language. This is why you see the Arabic language is very rich, and this have nothing to do with Islam. Just remember, 5 of the most famous poet men in Islam, 5 of them, I mean before Islam, Arab, they are 5 Arab Christians. Imagine the top ever in the history of the Arabian Peninsula. And why it was so important for them to use poet? Because simply there's nothing to do. They are living in the desert. They enjoy the language, poetry. I challenge you in poetry, you answer me in poetry. We have nothing around us. There's no trees, there's no rivers, there's nothing to do, so the life is very simple. And then the Muslim, they will say to you, in the time of Muhammad, no one was able to make Quran like this. This is absolutely false. They want to make Quran like this. You know, actually, the wife of Muhammad uncle, the Muslim they call him Abu Jahl. The Muslims they call him Abu Jahl. But what people do not know that Abu Jahl's name is not Abu Jahl. However, you will notice that the Arab they used to make fun of Muhammad and make Quran like his Quran, including his own family. Uh, all of us we know that Muhammad is supposedly his name, right? But do you know what his family used to call him? Anyone have an idea? I'm not talking about the real name now. Anyone knows? Dummy head? No, they call him Mudhammam. Mudhammam. Mudhammam is exactly the opposite from Muhammad, which means the one, the low class man, the bad one, the one like this. The word Mudhammam, you can use it for someone he have a very bad defect in his look or defect in his let us say honor. Someone he is very trashy. You know, you can take it for anything. This is what his family used to call him, Mudhammam. And then this is why you see Muhammad says, I am not Mudhammam, I am Muhammad, which was the opposite, which make me believe that most likely maybe that Muhammad he took the name Muhammad to make himself the opposite of Mudhammam. No, Qatham is the real name. Qatham is the real name. Mudhammam and Muhammad both are titles. A name, you know, one is to Muhammad. Muhammad mean the praised one. Mudhammam mean the trashy one, the idiot, the bad one. So look like Muhammad, he chose the name Muhammad as opposite of Mudhammam. And we need to ask ourselves, why the family of Muhammad? Why the family of Muhammad? They call him Mudhammam. Those are his family. You know what I mean? By the family of the Prophet, they are putting him down. Those are not the neighbors. And not only this, the one who was putting him down, imagine, both their kids, they have kids, they have two sons. They are men for sure, not kids. They are married to two daughters of Muhammad. So this is how strong the relationship between them. Muhammad, his daughters are married to the sons of those women. This woman and his uncle, which means the Muhammad daughters, two of them, they married the two sons, the two cousins of the guy. His name is Abu Jahl. The wife of the uncle of Muhammad, she used to say, مذمما عصينا لو أمره أبينا ودينه قلينا. She's making Quran. She's making fun of his Quran, so she's making Quran. So مذمما عصينا لو أمره أبينا ودينه قلينا, which means the bad one Muhammad, the bad one, or in different way the filthy one, we disobey, and his message we reject, and his religion we make fun of it, it's stupid. And people and his family used to sing it in the street. So the question for the Muslims, why the family of Muhammad they are doing such a thing? Why someone his kids, his children are married to two daughters of Muhammad, and later Muhammad divorced, by the way, this woman and her husband, the uncle, and their sons. They divorced the daughters of Muhammad because of Muhammad claiming to be a prophet, and they rejected him, and they don't like what he's doing, so they divorced the women too. And later Muhammad, he made them marry two of his companions. Do we have any Muslim here disagree? Please, if you disagree, let me know. And just to let you know, right now we are broadcasting our chat room live on YouTube. This is live broadcast to YouTube. And those who they are in YouTube, if you have any question, please feel free. You can post in the chat, and I will be happy to answer you. All right. Now, this is the first time we try this, but I think it's very useful because we do not need to record. And was Muhammad 7 foot tall? Or who told you he was 7 foot tall? Where do you get this from? There's no such a thing. I never heard of such a thing. What they is, you know, he's an average Arabian man. You know, he was a little bit chubby. However, the Muslims, they have a lot of descriptions about Muhammad. As an example, there's chapters speaking about the belly button of the Prophet, how beautiful it is, the belly button. So you know, when someone became so much in love in such a person or any person, you know, you come with all fancy things, especially the guy, he is dead, you know, and so you can come with a lot of things. Even Muhammad himself, he come with the weirdest stuff. As an example, he described Jesus as someone, he have a red face because he's very white and blonde, and he have curly hair. All right. Now, where Muhammad he got this from, we have no idea. And then in the same time, he described Satan, the devil, as an Ethiopian man. He is very black and he is very thin, which I see a sign, a clear sign of racism, because why Satan, he is a man, and this man, he is an Ethiopian. Like if you say Satan is a genie, whatever, and you know, and it happened to be black, no problem. But you say he is an African and he is an Ethiopian, you know, and he is coming as a man. So why the good men, they will come always white, and the bad one will come always black? That, for me, this is racism, and it's not accurate, because you being black or white have nothing to do with you being good or bad. You know, you can be a white and you can be the most disgusting criminal, and you can be black and you can be the most, you know, nice person to the white ones. So being the color have nothing to do. This is a very wrong ideology to teach. Now, by the way, the Muslims, they say, or they claim that Islam is against racism. I'm sure all of you heard this before, right? That Islam is against racism. Now, who in here believe really that Islam is against racism? Anyone in the chat room believe in such a thing? That Islam is against racism? Because if there is any, you know, I will be happy, you know, to talk about it, because the Quran, obviously, a book of racism, the Quran, not only the hadith. You know, you remember when the Quran speak about the day where faces will be white and faces will turn black. If you go to chapter 3 verse 106, it says يوم تبيض وجوه وتسود وجوه فأما الذين اسودت وجوههم كفرتم بعد إيمانكم. If you read, if somebody can pause the translation, please, in the room, chapter 3 verse 106, choose any translation. Now, Muslims, when they translate those verses, they try to make it look like those who they will be unhappy in the day of judgment, where it says unhappy. Or they would try to say those who Allah will make their face bright. What do you mean bright? It doesn't say bright, it says tabyaddu. Tabyaddu. wujuhun wa taswaddu wujuh. There's no bright, there's no shiny. It is whitening. You will be white. And actually, if we go to the chapter of the ant, different chapter, the chapter of the ants, you will see that there is an animal will come out from the ground, and that animal is called al-jassasa. I don't know if you guys, you come to my, you listen to me always, you will be, for sure you heard about this before. Now, what is a jassasa? A jassasa is simply an animal who will come from the ground, and he is going to speak Quran. It's like a prophet, but coming from the ground. Now, this al jassasa is going to hold the stick of Moses, and is going to hold the ring of Solomon, and is going to hit the Muslim with his face, with the stick of Moses, and he will turn white. And is going to hit the Muslim, the kafir, sorry, which mean like you and me, with the stick of Moses, and then we will turn to be black. And you can go and check the interpretation of Ibn Kathir, and you will see what I'm talking about. All right? And that can be found if you go to chapter 27, verse number 82. Chapter 27, verse number 82. You will see what I'm talking about. Actually, this animal, a jassasa, is going to chase the Muslims, and is going to recite Quran for them. This is why the Quran, it says, وَإِذَا وَقَعَ الْقَوْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ أَخْرَجْنَا لَهُمْ دَابَّةً مِنَ الْأَرْضِ تُكَلِّمُهُمْ أَنَّ النَّاسَ كَانُوا بِآيَاتِنَا لَا يُوقِنُونَ. If you go to any translation, I don't have any translation in front of me, but let me see what Muslim translate, so we can pause for you. We will open it. And when the word is fulfilled against them unjust, we shall produce from the earth a beast, face them, he will speak to them, for that mankind did not believe in our assurance or in our sign. Okay, so now Allah will send what? Will send a beast. Like, does it make sense that God is sending a beast? And this beast will come from the ground, and this beast will teach you Quran. تُكَلِّمُهُمْ بِآيَاتِنَا, which means going to speak Quran to them. Why Allah is sending a beast? If you go and read the interpretation of this verse about the beast, you will see that this beast is going to have, as we say, the stick of Moses, the ring of Solomon, and is going to hit the infidel in his face with the ring of Solomon, which is a magical ring, you know, and he will turn black. Allah, this is how Allah will recognize the kafir from the non-kafir, which means the Muslim from non-Muslim. By what? By making all non-Muslim black and all Muslims white. Now, we remember we spoke before about something that Allah will do. Allah will put a flag in the buttocks of every disbeliever, which is very weird now. If Allah, he will recognize us by the color, why he need a flag in the buttocks in every believer? I don't know how big it is, small or but you know, he will fix it in the, you know, I don't want to say the word. So simply, there is something wrong, you know, with this promise, and they don't match, because why you need both of them? Isn't it enough to have one of them? Same time, Allah, he need to recognize people by their color. The black ones, they will be the bad ones. The good ones will be the white one. Why it's not the opposite? Why it's not the bad one is the white one and the black one is the good one? There's a reason, you think, except racism? What do you think, guys? If there's any other reason, it must be racism. I don't see any other reason. Number 3, do God really need to recognize people by color? I thought he is the Almighty. He can tell you everything about you. And who is going to make people look different? Is it Allah or the beast he will send? It is the beast. So this beast, he will do what Allah cannot do. Allah cannot recognize you, but the beast is the one going to make you look different. And then the beast will, after he turn you to be white or turn you to be black, then you are recognized. People actually, the interpretation says, when you go between each other in the heaven, before they go to heaven in the judgment day, the believers, they will say, oh believer, how they know? From because he's turned white. Oh disbeliever, how we know? Because he's black. So people will recognize each other by believer and non-believer by the color. So the second you see someone, he is white according to this statement, that's mean he's a Muslim. And the second you see that he is black, that's mean he is Christian, Jews, Hindu, doesn't matter. All of us, we will have the same color. All right. Now, if there is any Muslim here, you do not agree with us, please feel free. I would love to see a Muslim debating me. Honestly, I would love to see someone. I would love to see a Muslim he can stand up ever once and debate me. Now, someone might say to you, where you got this from? Correct? I think we should give some reference. What do you think, guys? Should we? Should we? I'm going to post the link, and I want you guys to post for me what do you see there. All right? Just to show everybody, I'm not really I'm not making things up. This is what your books Muslims are saying. I have nothing to do with it. This is the link. Let me share it with everybody, and I want you to open with me. All right. Actually, I will post it in YouTube too, so people, they can see what we are posting. They can open there, and this is the good thing about YouTube. Now we can post and chat. If you open this this page, you will see it says a beast will emerge. Let me post it in the room. If somebody can copy and for us, please help me. A beast will emerge from the earth, and with it will be the staff of Moses and the ring of Solomon. Are you reading with me, guys? Peace be upon him. It will strike the nose of the disbeliever, bing, right, with the staff, and it will make the face of the believer bright. This is false translation, not bright white. All right. And actually, we will show you from the same website later that they are liars. And until when people gather to eat, they will be able to recognize the believer from the disbeliever. Now, how will they recognize? Let us continue posting the rest. It will strike the nose of the disbeliever with the ring, and will make the face of the believer. It will strike the nose of the disbeliever with the ring, and will make the face the believer bright, and the staff. Remember, this is not bright, this is white. Enter when people gather for a meal. By the way, what is the first meal people will eat when they enter heaven? Anyone remember? What is the first meal? Anyone remember? Oh, guys, you need too much education. Liver of a whale, liver of a whale. I don't know why. I think the reason for that, at that time, people, they believe that if you eat liver of a whale, you will be very sexually active. All right. So you eat it. It's like Viagra. You are getting ready. This is the first meal. Like, they are coming now. You are tired. You want to get ready. The virgins are waiting for you, and the yummy is coming. You eat the liver, and shish kebab is ready. You eat it, and you will become a hero in sex. Right? Now let us continue. Remember, those who they are watching us and listening, we are not reading from our books. This is Ibn Kathir and this is the Quran. All right, this is Ibn Kathir and this is the Quran. Now I want to show you the description of this beast. Did you guys see the description? Did you see it? Let me post for you a description of this beast. In the description it says, according to Ibn al-Zubayr, he described the beast and he said, its head like the head of a bull. The eyes is like the eyes of a pig. Its ears are the ears of an elephant. Man, its horn is like the horn of a stag. Its neck like the neck of an ostrich. The chest is like a chest of a lion. Its color like the color of a tiger. Its haunches like the haunches of a cat. Its tail like the tail of a ram. And its legs like the legs of a camel. And between each pair of its joint a distance of 12 cubits. That's really amazing. Honestly, that's really amazing. Like, who can resist this description? It looked like Allah, he got all the animals in the zoo and he put them in a mixer, cocktail mixer, and he turned on the mixer, and then we have all this shish kebab mix, tiger, pig. What is left? Pig? Even pig? I thought the pig is bad. But do you see the word pig there? Yeah, we should not show this to the Muslims, because I mean to the atheists, because atheists, they will say the evolution here, the proof, you see, and a mixture of things and became one thing. Yeah. So any Muslim have a comment? Any Muslim have a comment about this? I would love to see a Muslim making a statement. Please prove us wrong. Any Abdul? It's really obvious that this religion come with the stories, which is fairy tale stories, and maybe, you know, in my coming book we will talk about where Muhammad got those stories from. The beast and the animal is coming up from the ground, and this beast will talk, and this beast is sent by Allah. And you know what the point of this? So did you ask yourself? And by the way, you know where the beast will come from? Anyone knows? Where exactly? The location? There's a specific location. It's going to come out from the Kaaba. Why the Kaaba? Beast under the Kaaba? You know, the word beast, does it sound good? Does it sound good? Honestly, the word beast. When a Muslim, he says to us, it's a beast. What do we mean by beast? Is it something likable? It's something beautiful? Is it something nice? It's a beast. Beast is something scary, something ugly, something disgusting, something evil. So why Allah is sending us a beast? And this beast will teach us Quran. And why he look like this? Like, what the point? I remember, like, I was a long time ago, I was a teenage when I read this first time, the description, the head of a bull, the eyes of etc. So I have a friend, he is really very creative. So he drew the beast. He drew the beast. And I wish I can get that paper, little paper he drew by himself. He's a very creative person, you know, a very artistic mind he have. Because I show it to him, and he you know, he wanted to express, and I told him, don't show any of this paper to anyone, man, they will kill you. All right. So if any of you really is a very good in art and drawing, maybe you can draw it and send it to me so we can use it in our presentation. Because simple, you know, like you have the description, you need to draw it. All right, the head of a ball, and maybe we can use you can use Photoshop to do it. Like cut the head of the ball, cut the eyes of a pig, cut the ears of the elephant, and you see the head of a ball, but the ears of elephant. So what we need to do, we need to take the ears of the elephant and put them in the bowl. You can use Photoshop, and its horn like the horn of a stag. So we get the horn of the stag over there, and its neck is like the neck of ostrich. Oh man, that's really funny. His neck is so tall, long like this. He have a head of a bull, and his neck is an ostrich. Like how is going to be hold? How they match together? Like, do you see a match there? That's a very funny, just think about it. And it's just like the chest of a lion, a neck of ostrich for the chest of a lion. Are you serious? How we will have the neck of ostrich to the chest of a lion? How they match? How we can hook them together? Imagine, guys, the lion suddenly his head change, and then there is a neck which is long. Let's maybe let's say, remember it says the distance between each one of its joints is 12 cubit, correct? The distance between each joint is 12 cubit, right? That will be a very long bones, and this animal will be very, very huge, bigger than the dinosaur. Any Muslim here? Do we have any Muslim here in the chat room? You see, we did not inform people that we are opening today, so we don't have many people in the room. But you know, maybe later they will come and they will be here. Any debater? Any brave Muslim? Guys, you don't know my YouTube account. You can take my YouTube account. You can share it in your Facebook. People, they can come, and you do not need to log in Paltalk. Here we go. You click there, and then you click at live on live now. The first one at the top. It's called the Christian Prince Show. And for those who listen to us on YouTube, I know there is not many for now because not many knows about it. If you have a question, you can post in the chat under the show. If you have any question, please feel free. And I'm looking at the chat from time to time. To view your questions. So, for sure, the Muslims, they will say to you that everything is logic in Islam, right? Now, let me show you how Muslims lie when they say, do you remember when they say the face will be bright? Do you remember in the translation? Do you remember, guys? And I told you this is a false translation, and I will show you in the same page that this is false. Now, look what it says. We continue. It will bring out the staff and Moses and the ring of Solomon, and there will be no believer left without making a white spot in his face. You see white spot or a bright spot? It's white spot, right? So simply, he hit you with the stick of Solomon, and then you will have a white spot in your face. Then, which will spread all over and will make all his face white. However, I believe this is about making all your body white, right? But because you are dressed up, so only your face will show. You are not naked. So it's going to do what? It's going to make you white, literally white. Is the translation clear, guys? This is the Muslim translation. I'm not the one who translates. And then he continue, all right? And there will be no disbeliever left without making a black spot in his face, which will spread until his face is black. Is what? Is black, not shiny, not bright as they try to say to us. So the face of every non-believer will turn to be what? Black. So when the Muslim says to us, this is not about being black and white, that you will be bright and you will be like your face will be shiny because of your faith. That's false. That physically, literally, you will be turned into black and white. This is why we say, don't ever trust a Muslim say anything to you. Don't think ever that a Muslim, he will explain Islam to you. He will not. For two reasons. 99.99999% of Muslims, they don't know what their religion is about. And the one who knows, he will never give the correct answer for the reason of deception. Because he need to do taqiyya, he need to protect the religion. Don't ever think that a Muslim, he will say to you the truth. And I can prove it. And by the way, the tafsir of Ibn Kathir in English is not even 1% of the real tafsir in Arabic. Ask yourself how honest Muslims when they translate. How books became little book. Not one book, books became little book. How come in Arabic, a verse, the interpretation for it is 5, 6, 7 pages sometime. And in the translation is not even one line. This is why, if you remember, I said that if you learn Islam from someone who don't speak Arabic, for sure you are missing a lot. Even if he's even if he's against Islam, like we have good names. We know. I believe they are very good, smart, intelligent, and they do good job to expose Islam. But still, because they don't speak Arabic, their knowledge is limited. Why? Do you guys know why? What the reason? Why the knowledge is limited? Because simply what you are reading is only what is translated to you, and what is translated to you is not even 1% of the Islamic books. Your mic, Sahih, go ahead.
I just wanted to give an example of that. Can I be heard, guys? This is my first time on the mic. So CP, I'm posting up this verse, and the translation I got in English is the closest to I posted up this verse.
All right.
Because it says literally, it says he has been sending down upon you the book with truth. Sincerely, verifying what was before it, and they have in parentheses between its two hands. And in Arabic, it's Zayn Bayna Yadayhi, which is between Muhammad's two hands, which is the Torah and the Injil. And this guy, he's reading in Arabic, he's an Arabic speaker.
Yeah, I understand.
Which is the God we were agreeing with them, verifying Injil and Torah, which is between his hands. And he don't want to situation.
I don't know if guys, if his voice clear for you on YouTube. I don't know if his voice is clear for you. Yeah. Uh, People of YouTube, is his voice clear? Those who they are on YouTube, can you answer please? Do you hear the voice of the speaker or only my voice? Can somebody answer on YouTube? You can post in the chat. Nobody's answering. All right.
a son for the Jewish in the Torah and the Old Testimony? Where did you guys get God has a son? The Jewish don't believe that. Well, then Allah is a liar because Allah in this verse, chapter 9, verse 30, is saying that the Jews say there is a the Jews didn't have don't believe that God has a son, then why is Allah saying you have a son? You follow me? The Christians say Messiah is the son of Allah. And Allah is slave master of relationship. Allah is not a father to no one. This came out, he told us the Jewish and we that Muhammad is Christ, and even the Jews believe that God is Allah. Here's chapter 7, 157. And guys, these are very good references from whenever a Muslim he opens his mouth. So at the time of Muhammad, he never said the Bible was corrupted. He never said the gospel is corrupted. He never said the Torah is corrupted. Never. He's confirming it at this time. But this is a big mistake because Muhammad expecting level that we have today. That Bible says that Muhammad is the Antichrist.
Sahih, sorry, I have to stop you because people on YouTube they cannot hear you, and that making people leave in there. So we need to fix that issue. Maybe next time we open, we will be sure that the talk in the chat room will be coming. It looked like only my microphone is coming, but the inside, the built-in speech is not coming. All right, no problem. No, thank you actually. But I just asked somebody to check, and they told me your voice is not coming. Anyway, those who are watching us on YouTube, please don't hesitate to post your question if you have any. You can share with us. You are not in the chat room with us, but you can still share and you can post your question. However, next time before I open, I want to see. Maybe I will find a software or something to make a mix between the microphone and the speakers, so we can guarantee that the sound will come good. No, there is a chat box. I have it open and I'm posting there. It's on. Maybe you need to open it from your side. I think you need to open it from your side, you know. Maybe it doesn't open by itself directly unless you click at chat. So do we have any Muslim here? Do we have any Muslim here? Just to make a comment about what Sahih Christian said, with my thanks to all what he provided, which is very accurate. I understand, very well what he's trying to say to you. However, let us say, for the sake of argument, the Bible is not, as the Muslim they say, let us say for the sake of argument, the Bible is not, protected. Let us say it's corrupt. So that will not make Islam legitimate. You see, Islam, because it's so desperate to prove itself, it based on attacking others. Can you prove to me your religion without attacking Christianity? Someone might say to you now, well, you know what, aren't you now attacking Islam? No, I'm not. I'm just answering them because they are the one who attacked me. They are the one who said my book is corrupt. They are the one who said Jesus is no one, he is just a man. They are the one who said many lies about us, and they are the one who've been taught to kill us. Not only like they reject Christianity, they have a duty to fight us and kill us. Either we convert or we pay. So it's not only about attacking spiritually, it goes a lot more far to to attack you physically. So this is a religion who make a threat for your security, for your life, your economy. I wish Islam is just a religion who goes against us, who don't believe in us, and okay, no problem, you don't believe, let us talk about it. If you are right, you are right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Islam doesn't go this way. Islam as a religion is based on violence, and if you don't agree with me, I will kill you. If Islam is a true religion of God, why does God he need a Muslim to take his sword and fight me to convert me? Why does God don't make me a convert without anyone? The Almighty, he cannot make a miracle in front of me, a little miracle, he will make me believe. Very simple. How come in the time of Jesus the Quran say that Jesus was given amazing miracles, and suddenly in the time of Muhammad, this God who they claim he is the same God of Isa, and he is the same God of Muhammad, how come he don't want to give Muhammad not even a tiny, little tiny miracle? Suddenly miracles disappear. Suddenly this the God of Islam, he said we refrain from giving miracles. Why you refrain? Allah is doing a strike. Why he want to get better salary? He refrain. He's in strike now. وَمَا مَنَعَنَا أَن نُرْسِلَ بِالْآيَاتِ إِلَّا أَن كَذَّبَ بِهَا الْأَوَّلُونَ. Chapter 17, verse number 59. And nothing refrain us from sending miracles except that people before they did not believe it. This is a lie. The Christians, they believe it to the point they according to Islam, the Christians, they made Jesus God. Well, why the Christians they believe Jesus is God? Simply because of his amazing miracles. If Jesus cannot raise people from death, if Jesus cannot make people walk, if Jesus cannot walk in water, if Jesus, even the Quran says Jesus can create from the mother bird, he breathed into it, he make it alive. You are telling me there's a person, his name is Jesus, and this Jesus, he can raise you from death, and he can create you from mud, and you are telling me that he is just a man? And then you bring me a verse in the Quran, as we post in the front of everybody, chapter 17, verse number 59, and we refrain from sending the signs only because the men of former generations treated them as false. This is absolutely false. And you will see there they are talking about the she camel. The she camel. The she. Anyone knows what the she camel is? The miracle of the she camel. Who in here knows what the she camel is? Look at this funny miracle. The she camel is a camel born of a rock. A rock became a camel. This is this is true. Is that true? And this camel can feed all the city milk. It's like have a lot of faucet. You open the faucet at unlimited milk. And was a breastfed too. So this she camel is a miracle of Allah. He is giving us an example. How come he jumped to the she camel, which is supposedly long time ago? But he forgot the miracles of Isa and Musa. The she camel story, supposedly it's a lot. It's just a 3 or 4 generations after Adam. You know. You remember the she camel? Where Muhammad he got those stories from? Like, where do you get this story? Do you have any reference, any proof, anything? She camel? And what the point of this she camel? Nothing. Allah always send miracles and nothing happened. At the end of the day, those people, they killed the she camel. You see, I don't want to turn the chat on my side because that will make double sound, but let me see if I can do so to see if the chat working in YouTube. I will try to mute here so we will not have a sound. No, you can share your thought, you know. When you share your thought, this is the chat. Share your thought. It says share your thought, right? This is the chat. What do you want? It's a comment. You make a comment. It's going to appear in the chat, supposedly. But let me see if there's other option. Be part of the conversation. Yeah, I think you have to click at be part of the conversation. Click here to join the audience in this hangout. This is how you can turn your chat on. You see it? It says be part of this conversation. Click here to join the audience. All right. So we found how and why. Anyway. Anyway, we don't have many viewers on YouTube because we did not even tell people that we are here. You know, we are just trying this for the first time, and I hope it will be useful. So people they can you can share it later. And you can learn from it. And the good thing about it, we do not need to record because simply it's recorded automatically. And especially if you have a bad internet like mine, it's going to take forever to video a long video like this. So I think it's a good opportunity. However, do we have any Muslim here? Do we have any Muslim here? Until now, not even one. No, you see, after we close and we go, everyone go home, and then you will see Muslims. They will send you a text saying to you, "Where are you? We are looking for you. You are running away from us. We want to debate you." When we open for hours and hours, and we keep saying any Muslim, we don't see them. We will not see them. They disappear. Like each time, this is the YouTube for those who are asking for my YouTube. Each time we open the chat room, if you count how many times I say any Muslim, you will not believe it. At least 100 times maybe. Any Muslim? If we go to a Muslim chat room, they will dot you, they will bounce you if you are a Christian. Just say Muhammad is a false prophet. In 2 seconds you will be out. A Muslim come to me and tell me Jesus is a false man. Tell me whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Just don't use bad language and let us debate. You know, this is what the Muslims do when they want to debate you. They debate you about how to debate for 2 hours. Okay, so before you start the debate, they will make a debate about how to debate, and then when you start the debate, they will bounce you after 2 seconds. So you wasted 2 hours debating about how the debate will be, and then when you start giving them the answers, they bounce you because they say you are insulting the Prophet. Well, I am there to prove to you that Muhammad is a false prophet. What do you want me? You have to say the Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him. He is not prophet. He is not peace upon him. Why I am here? If you want me to say Muhammad is a prophet, this is me. I converted to Islam already. There's no need for the debate. So in order to debate Muslims, you have to convert first and debate second. You convert to Islam and then we debate. You know, there is some debate I did. The Muslim, they said all the insult a Christian prince he did to the Prophet been taken off from the record or the recording. For God's sake, what is left then? The whole debate is to prove that Muhammad is a false man. What do you mean he took everything bad? What is left of the debate? Your talk only? Yeah, it's like, you know, it's a fight from one side. They beat you, you don't beat them back. You know, this is my story even with the Christian TV stations. When they invite me for a live show like ABN or Trinity TV, before we go in the show, you know, you know, like you have to be careful. You should not you know, offend the Muslims. You should be nice to them. You should be, etc. They're a very nice TV station, but you know, it doesn't work this way. How you want to debate a Muslim without offending the Muslim? Like what I should say? What do you mean I should not offend the Muslim? How I can do that? In order to not to offend him, I say that Allah is God and Muhammad is a prophet, and then I will not be offending him. Then you do not need me there. Any Abdul? Do we have any Abdul in the chat room? No Abdul? Okay. Well, who need Abdul anyway? I never debated a Muslim and he did not win his debate. Always we lose. It's a must. You debate with them, you lose. And you lose to the point they edit all your talk. No, Waraka, your prophet, he did not commit suicide. Simply, each time he tried to do it, the angel Jibreel, he hold him from his, you know, pant, and he says to him, Muhammad, don't do it. You are truly a prophet. I can show you the reference. Has Islam made its followers dull, or it is that all daughters were attracted to Islam? See, what we have today is the revolution of oil. Islam became more on the news for two reasons. Actually, it's for one reason. The reason is money. Even terrorism, it's because of money happening. Because those terrorists, they cannot do what they do unless they have money. All of this because of the oil. Terrorism flourishing because of the oil. Because all the money of terrorism is coming from the oil. You will see a Muslim, he want to build a mosque in a very sensitive area in New York. The land alone cost $100 million. You're expensive there, right? But they will not send $10 million to Somalia, where 25,000 child die every month. They want to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to build a mosque. Imagine. But they will not spend little bit of money to save the Muslim children in Somalia. 25,000 little child, they die every month in Somalia. You want me to post the reference? All right. What does that mean? Are you saying the reference is not true? Is that what you are talking about, brother? Unbelievable. All right. Um, Maybe somebody can help and post the reference, please. Just if you have, anyone have it, just to save me from search for it. Uh, the reference about Muhammad throwing himself from the top of the mountain. Actually, you can go to Sahih Bukhari and search for throwing himself from the top, or put the top of high mountains and search for it. You will find it. But you notice there in the hadith it says that the prophet he tried to throw himself many times. Now you need to ask yourself why the prophet, who is a prophet, he's trying to commit suicide many times. And at the same time, the funny or the irony about this, Muhammad he said himself many times, and I say many times, that the one who try to throw himself from the top of the high mountain, he will spend the rest of his eternity in hellfire. How you say to them it's so bad to do that, and you are the one who was doing it many times? How it's bad to the point you will go to hell? Allah will not forgive you. Let me show you this hadith. Here we go. Sahih Christian, he posed the hadith for you. You can guys read it. Read this hadith with me, where Muhammad he said, I don't know if you can hear the rain here. We have a very strong storm rain. Whoever kill himself with an instrument of iron, his iron will be in his hand, continually stab himself in his stomach with it, in the fire of Jahannam, dwelling in the state of eternal. And whoever kill himself by poison, then his poison will be in his hand and continually take it in the fire of Jahannam, dwelling in the state of eternity. And whoever throw himself from the mountain to kill himself, then he will be continually throwing himself in the fire of Jahannam. Do you see it? Do you get people? How he is saying if you throw yourself from the mountain, you will be doing that for the rest of your life in the Jahannam, mean the hell, by the way. For those who do not know Jahannam is a Hebrew word. All right. The valley of death. Muhammad, he thinks the valley of death is Jahannam, which is the hellfire. Anyway, too late, Waraka, too late. You cannot do it now. So the valley of Jahannam, or the hellfire, according to Muhammad, is where you will be keep throwing yourself non-stop. You go to the top and you throw himself like the round of. You remember when Harry Potter he was fighting with this little midget, weird look guy. You remember the story? And then he fell into the volcano liquid. You remember the story in the movie? This is exactly what will happen to Muhammad in the hell of Allah, because it says clearly that those who try, or those who whoever threw himself. Now, what do you think, Muhammad? Did he throw himself or not? For me, I think he did. Why? Because if not the angel stopped him, he threw himself already. The angel he hold him and he stopped him. No, I don't invade other rooms. People want to debate me, they come here. Any Muslim have an answer? Anyone? I don't know. Today we have a very little number in the room, only 40. Anyone want to answer? Any Muslim? You know, yesterday I was watching news about a guy. He is speaking about the war in Syria. So he said, I have 9 brothers. All of them they die in the war, and they have 69 children. From one man, we have 9 kids, and from 9 kids, we have 69 children. And then they will say to us, Islam is the fastest growing religion. Islam is the fast dying religion, because the increased population will not increase Islam, will increase the death, will increase the hunger, they will increase the crimes, will increase the unjust, will increase the bad living, the bad society. So Muslims, Muhammad, he told them, go and multiply. So I can like be proud in front of you and in front of nations. So all what he care for is multiply, but how those kids will live, who care? Do we have any Abdul? Come on. Christmas present? Yeah, you see how Western they think. Christmas present. How nice. Those people you know they make a program in Egypt and Dubai to forbid children from thinking of Santa Claus. Haram. It's haram. It's haram. And then they told them, don't ever say Baba Noel. You know, Baba Noel is the French term of Santa Claus. You know that, right? Baba Noel. It's a French used word in the Middle East. They said to them, don't say Baba Noel, say Baba Muhammad. So they are teaching kids not to say Baba Noel, to say Baba Muhammad. So any Baba Muhammad here? Baba Muhammad? What Baba Muhammad? Can we trust a kid to be in the lap of Muhammad? Like if can we ask Muhammad to be a Baba Muhammad, and kids they take a picture in his lap? Can we trust him? Honestly, Muslims, can you trust your child to be in the lap of Muhammad for 1 second? What Baba Muhammad? What do you mean? We cannot even put a boy, not only a girl. Children's, and this guy he married a little girl at the age of 6 officially. His wife. This means he started thinking about her when she was maybe 1 day old. The funny Muslims, they say to you, do you know that Aisha, she was engaged to 2 people before Muhammad? Aisha, she was dating 2 men before Muhammad, and Muhammad was number 3 at the age of 6. Are you serious? Yeah, that's what they say to you. Yeah, she was engaged to 2 people before Muhammad. What happened? She break up? I don't know what to say, man. I don't know. Welcome to Islam. Any Abdul? Do you see the sound of the rain? I love the rain. I enjoy the sound of the rain. Do you have any other verse of your prophet? Oh, Waraka, don't ask me, please. I know nothing about Islam. Any Abdul? Anyone? Who is the Mahdi? You know, Mahdi is simply, you see, the Muslim Sunni and the Muslim Shia, they have their, let us say, it's two different religions, even though they say to you that all of us we are Muslims. But let me tell you about the Mahdi. According to the Shia, the Mahdi is the 12 Imam who disappear, but he have a unique life. This 12 Imam, he was given birth from a woman. Sometimes they say her name is Narjis, sometimes they say her name is Maryam. Take a note, Maryam. But she gave to him birth. Anyone knows where? I spoke about this many times before. Let's see if people remember. Where she gave birth to him, his mother, where from? No? She gave birth to him from her the side of her leg, not the ribs, no. The side of her leg, the side of the leg, like the upper side. What do they call it? The hips? Hips? Is that the hips, or I'm not sure. The upper side of your thigh. Okay. So from that location. Now, if you think about it, why she's giving birth to him from there? Anyone knows? Think about it. Because it is no way this guy, he's a holy man, he will be born from a vagina. So like point, he came out from the side of her leg. All right. Now according to the Shia, this guy, he went inside a cave, they call it a Surdab, which is a cave under the ground, and he disappeared. And he will come one day and he will launch a big war and he will kill a lot of infidels and he will prepare for the coming of the Messiah. However, the Muslim Sunni, most of them, they don't agree about even his existence. This is Shia, mostly Shia story. If you remember, before the American army leave Iraq, there's an army, it's called an army called the Army of Heaven or Sky. I think Heaven will be more accurate. In Arabic, they call them Junud al-Sama. The leader of those people, he claimed he is al-Mahdi. Actually, there's a recording for him in YouTube, in Arabic. He claimed to be al-Mahdi, and he launched war against whoever don't war against everyone who don't believe, including the Shia, and he started killing a lot of Shia because the Shia rejected him, for he don't fit with the description. So he started killing the Shia, and you know, simply the Shia and the American, they destroy his army. I think it was about 1,000 fighter in less than 48 hours. Any Muslim? Yeah, you can see the videos on YouTube actually. You know, and they were targeting in the beginning Shia only. They were killing Shia because they are located in Shia territory. Anyone who don't believe their Mahdi, he told them their Mahdi, the one who claimed to be the Mahdi, he told them, let us kill them all, whoever don't believe in me. So his target was to make all the Shia believe in him, and then he will attack the Sunni, but it doesn't work because of the American. Their military might? What do you mean by their military? You mean military supply, maybe? Yeah, but you see, this is not really a problem regarding religion, because simply, you have an advanced weapon, but does not mean that doesn't mean that the religion is bad because somebody is buying a weapon from you. That will be just to say, well, we are more advanced than you. So what? That have nothing to do with the quality of the religion. Yeah, not a big deal. You see, if I am a true Christian and in my country I don't have even a gun, and you are the one who make all the guns in the world, that doesn't mean that you are coming from something better. It's not a scale for religion. This is what I'm trying to say to you. However, I understand maybe your point is, don't the Muslims recognize that they will never have victory against those who they are fighting, but they are buying weapon from them? This is your point. You see, those things can be changed through history. Today, your country is very advanced. Tomorrow, your country will be demolished. One day, the Roman Empire was the most powerful empire. Half of it conquered by Muslims. The same as Constantinople, and the same as the Persian. The Persian, like imagine the Persian who used to control maybe the biggest territory in the earth, and they were destroyed by Muslims. If you look at the West right now, don't be proud about something. Really, it can be changed easy. The Western civilization can be destroyed easy because simply they are building manufacturers, but they are not building a human being. So in order to be proud, you have to build two things together. You have to build a human being before the manufacturer. Uh, right now, if you go in USA, you will see children's. They've been told you should not be proud about the flag of your country. Tomorrow they will be proud about what? When you tell people you can't be proud about something, that person, he will look for something to be proud about, and he might be proud about something wrong. Uh, this is why you see some dummies, they are even joining ISIS, because simply you make the society empty. You make the society like you encourage people to be atheist. You encourage people to not to believe, and you encourage people to be everything far away from having a target in life. So those who they are looking for target in life, they will find that maybe the best way is to be a Muslim. Uh, Israel will permanently strike. All right. Um, I don't think Israel will strike anyone ever, because if they will do, they should do a long time ago, not now. Anyway, let us hear what Mr. New Orleans want to say. You mind?